My wife started live streaming our argument to expose me as toxic. I looked right into her camera and said, "Keep recording." Then I calmly held up her hidden credit card statements, the ones showing she gambled our rent money away. Her 5,000 followers watched in real time as she realized she had exposed herself. Not me.
I'm 32.
And even now, I'm still trying to process what happened just 3 days ago. My wife, 29, has been obsessed with social media for the past year. What started as a hobby somehow transformed into a full lifestyle influencer persona. She has around 5,000 followers who tune into her real talk videos about marriage, finances, and self-care. The irony of what I'm about to explain is honestly unreal. Tuesday night, I got home from work around 7 p.m. She was already in the living room setting up her ring light and phone, preparing for another video. I'm used to this routine, so I headed to the kitchen to start dinner. From there, I called out, "Hey, can we talk about the rent?" No response. I walked back into the living room and asked, "Did you hear me?" The landlord texted. Rent was due on the 1st. It's the 5th. She barely glanced at me as she adjusted her camera. "I'll handle it tomorrow," she said. "You said that yesterday," I replied. "What's going on?" That's when she turned her phone toward me. The recording icon was already glowing red. She was live streaming. "Say that again," she said with this strange little smile. "Tell everyone how you harass me about money the second you walk through the door." I just stared at her. "Are you seriously live streaming right now?" I asked. "My followers deserve to see the real you," she snapped. The controlling, financially abusive husband who tracks every dollar I spend. For context, we split everything 50-50ths, rent, utilities, groceries. She handles her half, I handle mine. That's the agreement we've had since we got married. "I'm not tracking your money," I said slowly. "I'm asking why the rent isn't paid. Your half is missing. Mine is already sent." She rolled her eyes at the camera. "See? He's obsessed with splitting everything down to the penny. It's exhausting." The comments started flooding in: "Girl, run," "Financial abuse red flag." Lots of supportive emojis. Something in me shifted then, because 3 weeks earlier, I had found a stack of credit card statements hidden in the office drawer. Cards I never knew existed. Balances I had never seen. Charges filled with online casinos, sports betting, daily fantasy leagues, thousands of dollars over several months. I had taken photos of everything. I hadn't confronted her because I was trying to figure out how to handle it. But now, she had made that choice for me. "You know what?" I said quietly. "Keep filming." I grabbed my phone, opened my photo gallery, and started airdropping the images to the smart TV behind her, the one fully visible in her stream. "Let's give your followers the real context." The first statement appeared on the 65-inch screen. March $3, 200, almost entirely gambling. Her face turned pale. "What are you doing?" she yelled, jumping up to block the screen. "Giving them context," I said calmly. "You wanted real talk, right?" April appeared next, $2, 800. Then May $4, 100. Her chat exploded. I could see the comments flying across her phone, which she dropped on the couch. "Turn it off," she screamed. "Why?" I replied. "I thought we were being transparent. Isn't that your whole brand?" Then I displayed the last image, her secret savings account, now at $127. For months ago, she bragged that it had $8,000. "You spent our rent money gambling," I said quietly. "And this has been happening since February." She lunged for the remote, then at my phone, but I stepped back. "Stop. Please stop. You're ruining everything," she screamed. "I'm ruining it? You've been gambling away thousands, pretending to be a financial wellness guru, and telling your followers I'm the problem." She finally ended the live stream, but damage like that doesn't just disappear. We sat in silence for 30 seconds. Then she whispered, "How long have you known?" I told her 3 weeks. That I'd found the statements by accident. That I was trying to research addiction counseling. That I wanted to approach it gently. "But you decided to humiliate me instead," I said. "So here we are." She broke down crying. Not delicate tears, but full collapse. "I can fix this," she sobbed. "Just don't tell anyone else."
AITA.
"You already told 5,000 people," I said. "They watched you try to gaslight me in real time." Her phone began blowing up with notifications. People were screen recording, sharing clips, asking questions. I grabbed my keys. "Where are you going?" she sobbed. "Hotel," I said. "I need to think." And I left. Update 1 week later. The fallout has been unbelievable. Multiple people recorded the live stream. Spread everywhere: Reddit, Twitter, TikTok. Someone made a reaction video that hit 200K views. Comments were brutal. "The way he calmly showed the receipts. Legend. She really thought she was exposing him." Financial wellness influencer with a gambling addiction is peak comedy. My wife tried doing damage control. She posted a vague apology video about struggling and poor choices, but never admitted to gambling. Her followers weren't buying it. She lost around 1,500 of them immediately, and the rest stayed just to watch the mess unfold. I stayed at my buddy's place and then moved to an extended stay hotel. My wife kept texting nonstop. "Please come home. We need to talk. I'm getting help. Why are you punishing me?" That last one told me everything. On Thursday, she showed up at my workplace and waited until my shift ended. She insisted we talk like adults. So we grabbed coffee. She had notes prepared on her phone, literal bullet points. First, she admitted she had a gambling problem. Second, she claimed my controlling behavior around money pushed her to hide things. I laughed out loud. "So you're blaming me for your gambling addiction?" "I'm saying there were underlying issues," she insisted. I told her she wasn't taking accountability. She was spreading blame. She said we needed couples therapy and that she wanted me to publicly support her recovery so she could fix her reputation. "Why would I do that?" I asked. "Because we're married," she said. "And because you supposedly love me." "I did love you," I said. "But you destroyed that when you tried to paint me as some abusive monster online." She cried real tears this time. She begged me not to give up. But every word she said avoided real responsibility. I left. She later posted online that I abandoned her in her time of need. Then her mom called, completely furious. She blamed me for my wife's humiliation, claimed I violated her privacy by showing the statements. I reminded her those statements were tied to cards I didn't know existed, and that my wife had made our marriage public content long before I ever reacted. Her mom didn't care. I blocked her. Sunday, when I went back to grab more clothes, my wife announced she filed for separation. Honestly, I felt relieved. But she wanted me to fight for us. I told her she'd destroyed that chance. She kept insisting it was one mistake. I reminded her it wasn't one. It was months of lying, hiding debt, gambling, manipulating, and then ambushing me online. I packed and walked out. That night she texted, "Hope you're happy you ruined my life." I didn't respond. Update 2-3 weeks later. Life has gotten weird, good weird mostly, but definitely strange. The landlord let me break the lease early with no penalty. He'd seen the viral video. Everyone had. My wife stayed behind and is now struggling to pay rent on her own. Not my problem. I officially filed for divorce last week. She's contesting it. She even asked for alimony. Her lawyer tried arguing that I ruined her earning potential by exposing her gambling. My lawyer literally laughed. "She exposed herself," he said. "She live-streamed it. You merely provided context." During discovery, we found even more debt, about $31,000 total. Her followers dropped even more. Now she's down to mostly hate watchers. Then the harassment began. Her brother showed up at my hotel pounding on the door, yelling that I ruined her mental health. I called security and had him removed. Her lawyer sent me a cease and desist letter accusing me of harassment and defamation. My lawyer responded, "Prove it." My wife's friends sent me dozens of insulting messages. We documented everything. Then came the family intervention. My wife invited both our families and tried to convince them I was abusive and controlling. My mom asked for proof. They showed old videos of my wife complaining about me being strict with money. My mom asked about the gambling. They said it was a cry for help because I was controlling. She walked out. My dad messaged my wife telling her to get help and leave me alone. She posted about that too. Things escalated again when I noticed our joint checking account was empty. She had withdrawn the entire balance, my half and hers. Then she tried to open a credit card in my name. The application was denied, but the inquiry showed up on my credit report. That was the last straw. I filed a police report for attempted identity theft. The officer had seen the viral video and took everything seriously. She called me that night in a panic. "You called the cops on me. You tried to open credit in my name," I said. "I was desperate," she cried. "The rent is due." "Not my problem," I replied. "We're separated." "You're insane? Over some money?" "No," I said. "Over months of lies, theft, manipulation, and you gambling away thousands." She screamed that she hated me. I told her to tell it to her therapist and blocked her number. Update 3 final 2 months later. 2 months have passed since the livestream incident, and things are finally settling. The divorce is moving forward. She dropped her alimony request after discovery revealed the full scale of her debt, around $45,000 total. She also faces fallout from the identity theft attempt. No charges filed, but it's officially documented. She got evicted from the apartment after missing 2 months of rent and is now living with her mother. Her followers have dwindled to about 800. She tried rebranding as a recovery influencer, but people saw right through it. She eventually took a retail job because influencer money wasn't enough to support her. My life, meanwhile, improved massively. I moved into a small 1-bedroom place of my own. Peaceful, quiet, no ring lights or live stream ambushes. I joined a divorce support group which surprisingly helped a lot. Hearing other people's stories made me realize my situation wasn't unique, just unusually public. Clips of the incident still pop up online sometimes, instant karma videos, entitled people compilations. It's strange seeing myself become a minor internet character, but also validating. Proof that what happened wasn't in my imagination. Some people say I should have protected her privacy. Maybe, but she chose to make our marriage content. She chose to gamble away rent. She chose to try to paint me as abusive online. I simply refused to let her lie about me. Last week, she texted me from a new number saying she was in recovery meetings and working on herself. I didn't respond. My therapist asked how I felt. "Tired," I said. She asked if I wanted to reply. I didn't. "You don't owe her anything," she reminded me. So I deleted the message and blocked the number. The divorce should be finalized in a month or 2. We're dividing random items, some furniture, kitchen things. She wanted the TV, which is ironic, considering that TV is what ended her entire online persona. I'm keeping it. I'm planning a fresh start after everything is finalized. Maybe a new city, maybe a new job, something quiet, ordinary, peaceful. My buddy asked if I regretted any of it. The TV statements, the exposure, everything. No, I said. She wanted the truth to come out. It just wasn't the truth she expected. He laughed and called me cold. Maybe I am, but I'm also done letting someone twist reality to turn me into a villain. She wanted to build a brand as a financial wellness guru while drowning in gambling debt. She wanted to portray herself as a victim while secretly causing the damage. She wanted to expose me while hiding everything she was doing behind the scenes. All I did was show receipts. The rest, the consequences, the fallout, the embarrassment, that belongs to her. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm finally moving on.